How do you show your true power? How do you use your mystique and unexplained to show fear into the lesser people? That's right, spells. Today I'm going to talk about spells. Now, a lot of games, try and make their spells cool and, complicated with some mystique, but that wears off pretty damn quickly when you're, playing the game often enough that you see it all the time. It's no longer interesting or special. Not only that, everybody learns what your moves are, and they're really not afraid or scared of it because they know exactly what it is. And not only are they the same spells that you see all the time, but even as you get better spells, quote better, it's the same spell, the same look, it's just a little more powerful. And hell, some of the games don't even bother renaming them. Some have the same name, or some have the same name but a numbering system, one more, like Fire Aga 1, Fire Aga 2, or whatever. But you know what I mean. And that gets really fucking annoying, using the same spell at level 5 that you are at level 60. It's wrong. And so there's obviously not enough variety. You're frowned upon to do anything but the set spells that are expected of you. I mean, I remember being a hunter, and they're like, send out your pet and shoot arrows at it. And I'm like, no, guys, I'm not that kind of hunter. And they kind of just, what the hell are you talking about? Not that kind of hunter. Like, I'm a melee hunter. I just use 2 axes and go out there and hit them. And I was immediately kicked out of the group, and they got a real hunter. So I was kind of shunned for doing anything outside the ordinary. So these games need more spells. And I'm just talking the same damn spells with different ranks. I mean more fucking spells. They try to use numbers to mess with you, Oh, this game has over 200 spells you can choose from. Yeah, that's 200 over, 50 million classes, so you really only have, a dozen spells for whatever, character you choose, and then you're using those same damn things over and over again, It's like those crappy console games where all you have to do is press, X and move up, and that's all you have to do, and you do that for hours, and they expect you to still be entertained, but you're not. Not only that, some of the games, they have like a fireball, like a level 1 fireball, looks exactly the same as a level 5 fireball, and there's no difference in looks, it just is more powerful, but it looks the same, and I'm one of those believers. I don't really care about, how good it looks, but, if it's better, it should at least look better. Be bigger or more flames or something, bigger sound, anything. But no. You're always going to look the same. That's a real downer. I mean, hell, even Diablo 2 had, a richer set of spells. They were so cool. The lightning chains that would go all over the place, the fire hydras that would shoot at random directions, firewall, blazes, that ice orb that shot those, ice spikes every which direction. That was pretty damn awesome. But no, in the 3D world, you get like these stars that form and close, and it's like, wow, okay, that's not really cool. That's just, a really, really sad attempt at using, your graphic skills, Come on, make it look cool, people. Not, weird-ass artistic morphing shapes in front of you. Ooh, look, it's a spear with spikes that comes out and disappears and changes colors and goes back into a ball. You call that cool or interesting or anything? That just sucks. I'm sorry, but, I know I'm picking on a certain game here, but that was just really, really sad. That wasn't cool looking at all. Another thing they can do with these spells is make it more customizable. Like, for example, say you had like a fire breathing, and you could use it with leaves or something, or sticks. And based on the leaf you used from whatever bush, it could add additional effect, like longer lasting, or more damage, or add a poisonous effect, or a smoke screen effect or a paralyzing effect or whatever. I mean, the possibilities are endless. But it's based on you could use leaves and customize your spell more, other than just doing the same thing over and over and everyone expecting it. But they'll never know for sure which leaves you're going to use on them. Another thing, you could base it on whatever book or whatever trainer, wherever you learned the spell. Like if you learned it from this particular place or person, you would get a more damaging fire, or a different person a longer lasting one, or a wider span, or be able to shoot further, or you'd occasionally shoot twice of whatever spell, range spell you were using. Things like that, and that would allow you to be way more customizable, because they won't be able to predict these things. Now you have say 4 different ways to use one spell just from the training of that spell, and then you have say 4 different leaves that you could use with that one spell. You're now at 16 different ways of that one spell, where before it was just one thing expected, and now they're not sure whatever. I mean, that'd be cool. You don't even have to do it with spells. Say like you had a first-person shooter role-playing game. I mean, just they could choose whatever bullets they wanted: dum-dums, flares, high velocity, armor piercing, whatever. I mean, if they do it for guns, that's the same gun, but 5 different types of bullets they could shoot at things. This is done all the time. That's not hard to implement in the game. It's not hard to think up. It's just hard to keep balanced or whatever. And that's what betas are for. But you gotta make these spells more unique. You do that and the game blasts off in fun. You could, I'm just reading from some ideas I came up with. You could join a guild, and that guild has spells that only people of that guild could ever learn. Or you could learn a spell only from a certain NPC that pops up randomly throughout the world, and he only teaches that spell once every month or so. So not many people could get it or even know where to go to find it. It'd be somewhat even based on luck there. Or you could learn it from like a book. Like, the sailor had this book with this amazing spell, but his ship sunk in the middle of the ocean. You have to find it in the wreckage, somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. That would add an exploration to it as well. Or you could even have a system somehow set up where they can create their own spells through, books or training or, some sort of alchemy thing. That would be a little hard to think up, but, entirely possible. Another idea I thought would be really cool is that a spell's greatness would be based on use and not necessarily based on level or rank of the spell or base damage that the spell has done, but on use. Say you kill a certain number of monsters or whatever with this spell, you get a shorter casting cost, or a smaller casting cost, or shorter casting time, or it deals more damage, or things like that, but based on use. So if you use this one, lower spell or easier to get spell, but you use it so much, it can become this amazing staple or amazing thing that other people wouldn't be able to do unless they actually were committed to that one spell. That way, no matter what the spell is, if you like that spell, you can still use it and have it be effective later on in the game. And people may not expect it to be so good, because not a whole lot of people would use that one spell or whatever. So, you see how that could, also add a new dynamic forte into gaming with spells. So, just go with that or think about that. Let me know.